Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We have made it to Skyhold officially. I'm gonna walk around and talk to our companions, settle in. I think we'll talk to Josephine first.
Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new headquarters.
Yes.
Foundation cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization. The staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
It certainly wouldn't do for the Inquisition to appear overly shabby.
We've only just now convinced everyone we are precisely what
Right.
Thedas requires. The mages are showing great trust in you. They need to feel safe here.
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty
Oh,
forgetting Corypheus'
Josephine.
attack on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
That's really sad.
Corypheus will pay when I face him again.
I dearly hope that happens soon. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lady. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I love her big chair.
You don't have to be so formal just because I'm Inquisitor now, Josephine.
Our allies and guests should see you treated with every courtesy, Inquisitor, especially considering the newness of your office. Fortunately, after your courage at Haven, it's no difficult task to do so. Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
Yeah.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
Yeah, the anchor's magic, not holy.
The anchor's nothing more special than a misfired spell.
At least you had the good fortune to take it from Corypheus. Does
Somehow.
it hurt? The anchor, that is.
Only when I laugh.
Very good, Inquisitor.
Only when I laugh. Okay. I do want to avoid Varric. But I think I'm gonna go in here and we're gonna go ahead and just dive straight into what I am expecting from Solus.
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
Request for resources on the Fade regarding your request. As a noted partner of the Inquisition, Lady Montilier has ensured our contacts are quick to reply. The few titles in hand accompany this letter, with the remaining en route from libraries in Valrio and surrounding. Arcadus Banon. Fate and Spirits Mysterious by Brother Ferdinand Genetivi, and Enchanter's Observations by Anonymous, the Unholy Grace, author unknown, on Silver Chords by First Enchanter Irving, Wisdom Failed, the Hedge Mage, collected by First Enchanter Heron, translations of the El Ilion Excavation, collected by Brother Ferdinand Genetivi, Teventer Journeys Inward by Archon Vius, Our Elysian Heart by formerly Sister Ladine, Speaking to the Other, a translation by Lady Gin, On Lyrium, a Templar's Memoir by Sir Tres, Dalish Myth and Collected Truce Against, collected by Sister Patrine, Elvin Dysphalis, Through Metod Dracus, untranslated, author unknown. There are 2 more passages of titles listed beneath. Holy shit, Solus, you requested a lot of books. And also, hi, I'm gonna make a save.
Lethalon.
Oh,
I'm interested in what you told me of yourself in your
I thought
studies.
something was gonna happen.
If you have time, I'd like to hear more.
You continue to surprise me.
Wait,
All right, let us talk. Preferably somewhere more interesting than this.
let's go. Okay, I did talk to Solus, and as I was watching the cutscene, I realized I did not like the armor he was in at all. At all. Oh my god, why does it look like that on him? That's hilarious. Can I just take off the outfit? Can he just be in this? I don't like the outfit he's in. I don't like this outfit. I don't like it. So actually, maybe before I even talk to him, let's go get him a bomb-ass outfit. Just real quick, I feel bad. I feel like I was watching it, I'm like, Solus, I do not like you in this outfit. So I cut it off before we even got to like any dialogue. I had to just cut it off real quick. But let me get him in some cute outfit. Special shipments.
Mix and match, pick your batch.
Come on. Give me the boy. Oh, we can make it a masterwork. I won't do that. We'll just put him in this. Good old Resolute armor. Oh, we should also give Cole stuff, There, now he looks like himself. Alright. Let's go, talk to him officially now. Oh, I hope all that goes away. Jeez. Okay, let me make a new save on the same one. Hello, Solus.
How can I help?
Yep.
I'm interested in what you told me of yourself in your studies.
Back into the
If you have
fade.
time, I'd like to hear more.
You continue to surprise me. All right, let us talk. Preferably somewhere more interesting than this.
Somewhere more interesting. It's so surreal to go back to Haven. After literally just leaving it and its destruction. The Fade will remember. I think that's so cool. Which, if you haven't realized, apparently, I do love this cutscene regardless, I guess if you're romancing him or not. I love the fact that you do enter the Fade and dream vividly. It's really nice. It's like, yeah, we're back at Haven, no problem. No problem.
Why here?
Haven is familiar. It will always be important to you.
We talked about that already.
We've talked about it, apparently.
I sat beside you while you slept, studying the anchor.
I'm glad someone was watching over me.
You were a mystery. You still are. I ran every test I could imagine, searched the Fade, yet found nothing. Cassandra suspected duplicity. She threatened to have me executed as an apostate if I didn't produce results.
Cassandra's like that with everyone.
Yes.
We made him laugh.
You were never going to wake up? How could you? A mortal sent physically through the Fade. I was frustrated, frightened. The spirits I might have consulted had been driven away by the breach. Although I wished to help, I had no faith in Cassandra, or she in me. I was ready to flee.
But you stayed.
I did. I told myself, one more attempt to seal the rifts.
Oh, the fate. Oh, it's open.
I tried and failed. No ordinary magic would affect them. I watched the rifts expand and grow, resigned myself to flee, and then...
And then...
It seems you hold the key to our salvation. You had sealed it with a gesture. And right then, I felt the whole world change.
Oh, you care about me. I'm so excited. So excited to witness this.
Felt the whole world change.
A figure of speech.
I'm aware of the metaphor. I'm more interested in felt.
You change everything.
Oh, damn! Just go ahead and kiss him? Fucking go for it. Look at her little smile. She knows.
Sweet talker.
Oh.
We shouldn't. It isn't right.
It isn't right.
Not even here.
What do you mean, even here?
Where do you think we were?
This isn't real.
That's a matter of debate. Probably best discussed after you wake up.
I love that. I love that. I feel like, though, as a mage, you would probably know that you're in the Fade. Damn, he went in for another kiss. Like, he went in for a second one. Or a third? Yeah, a third, because she kissed him. She pulled away. She was backing away. He grabbed her, kissed her, and then for a third kiss. Dang. And then we're in our room, thankfully. So now that was technically us leaving Skyhold, so some things are fixed up. So now we can properly explore everything. Also, since I'm wearing this, does it just... Ooh, okay. They have different colors. I might like that one. What about the others? Oh, they changed them all. Oh, I love that. Now I gotta look at look at it all. Ooh, plaid wear. No, I like this. I didn't know it changed it all. So it's mostly just colors that we're looking for. Oh no, this changes that to that. Okay, so it's just formal wear and casual wear. See, I really wish they gave you the option to choose before that big cutscene, where you're becoming an Inquisitor. Because otherwise, it just looks kind of boring. And also, I hate that you have to go in and out just to see what the hell you look like. Okay, we're good on the armor. Let me look at this again. The Winter Palace is probably what we're going to be wearing. Also, it looks so shiny when we go to the Winter Palace. Oops. We can wear plaid wear if we wanted. Got some neutral grays and whites. Oh! Not the upgrades. Wow. Anyway, I love Solus. That was really nice. Can't wait to see more of...
certainly spared no expense.
Can't wait to see more of his romance as we go along. But now everything should be fixed up just a little bit. So now we can properly explore. Yeah. Ooh, look at that Kirkwall. Frickin' look at it. What the hell? Oh my god! That's a big ass throne. that we're not going to sit in yet. You like it now? It looks nice in here. Construction report, death on the wall. No, one of our finishers, Garen, fell from the scaffold and landed on a paving stone. He had breath for an hour, but his eyes were still. He died, and the Chantry sisters wrapped him. What should we do? Borma and Charisse. Have them commit his body with those we have lost since Haven. I will record his sacrifice for the Inquisition. Move his fellow workers to another site and allow time off with pay if they request. Ensure that all workers do their jobs safely. We are in war, not a race. Rushing does no good. We harm ourselves. We are all the Inquisition. Thank you, Josephine.
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere. I was going to use them for dinner and then... I can't recall who took them.
Hello, Gatsy.
Honored, Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhald. Did my part on the walls. Now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know its worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Look at his face.
Where did you learn your skills?
Orzammar. Carved a few statues in my day. And before you ask, yes, I chose to leave. I carved a paragon who turned out to be a sodding man.
Was it Bronco?
Couldn't stand looking at it. The memory of a dwarf, right?
Any ideas about the origins of these reliefs?
To Vinter, early. It's in the tool marks, the grain. That's hard dust mined from the 100 Pillars, if I know anything. Oh, I suppose the scene is probably full of Tevinter robes, too.
The 100 Pillars?
Damnedest things. Massive spires that aren't stone. It's like a mortar. Don't know more than that. Strong, though.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Here you go, Inquisitor.
Oh.
I wrote up some thoughts. Hope it adds to the effort.
The fall, because we finished the fall. And Varric's usually over here, but he's waiting for us with Hawk. Also, our codex. I feel like I really should take time to read everything. Everything that we, that's new. Like Alistair, apparently. King Alistair Theron was crowned the ruler of Ferelden after the end of the Fifth Blight. His people consider him a hero for fighting against the Darkspawn as a Grey Warden. Few Wardens have ever left the Secretive Order, and he is the only one of those who went on to rule a nation. Queen Honora, daughter of the legendary Terran Loghain, rules at his side. Although Ferelden has prospered under their reign, it was greatly weakened by the Blight. Tensions with neighboring Orlais have been high, and many believe a renewal of their long-standing conflict is inevitable, of course. And we got Cole now. His name is Cole. He's not that old, perhaps 20 years, no more. He has blonde hair that hangs in front of his eyes. He wears dirty leathers, perhaps the only clothes he owns. He was there when you found Rhys in the Templar crypt. But you couldn't see him. Nobody can. And those who do forget him, just like you are right now. Remember the dream. A letter allegedly written by former Knight Captain Evangeline de Brassard, found in the spire in the aftermath of the Mage Uprising. Inquisitor, if you believe that this Cole truly wishes to help the Inquisition and can be trusted to do so safely, I am willing to give him a chance to prove himself. As Solus insists that he is a spirit made manifest in the form of a young man, not a demon possessing an unwilling victim. I can see that he may not be malicious. Nevertheless, Cole's abilities concern me. I would ask Lelion to have him watched, but most of Skyhold seems unable to see the spirit, or remember him even if informed of his existence. The servants complain of odd occurrences, items mislaid or moved to strange locations, and have thus far been unable to see or remember the person responsible. Such actions appear harmless thus far, but I remain vigilant. Cassandra. Cole appreciates the Inquisition helping those who are hurting and in need. And then we have Corypheus, which, look at his frickin' fang. He got corrupted by Red Lyrium somehow. Let me tell you what I know about the Seven. Those Tevinter Magers are said to have entered the Golden City long ago. Each was a high priest and one of the old gods. Each came to the ritual shrouded in secrecy, hiding their true name even from each other. They were competitors, you see. The old gods told them they would break into the Golden City and usurp the Maker's throne. The old gods. How many old gods are there? Because I'm going back to that theory that the Evaneris, the elven gods, are also the old god, the Tevinter old gods, telling these dudes to break into the Golden City and usurp the Maker's throne. Just to save them, I think, though. But only one of them can sit on that throne. Each assumed a title related to their role in casting the ritual. Some texts claim they had a leader, the high priest of Dumat, called Corypheus. He did not rule this group, but instead conducted it, coordinating their efforts to achieve a magical feat never since replicated. They breached the Fade, walked physically in dreams, and changed our world forever. Perhaps these 7 were the first Darkspawn, cursed by the Maker as the Chant of Light tells us. Perhaps not. One would think these magisters long dead, but there are whispers this is not so. Think, if you will, what might become of the minds of such beings, corrupted by the blight, cast down from prideful folly, simmering in resentment and darkness for over 1,000 years. Where would such men live? Who knows of them? For someone must. If whispers persist, what secrets do they yet hold? And what would we do should any of them return to the light? With luck, these are questions we will never have to answer. So there's 7 of them as well. 7 Tevinter Magisters. We know Corypheus is one, obviously. He apparently was the leader. There was also the architect who couldn't remember he was one of the Magisters and have been helping Darkspawn. We kept him alive. But then there's 5 more after that. I wonder if they'll play a part at all in the next game. Seems like we have no more characters. Who cares about crafting materials? Creatures, I also don't care too much about. I know there's new ones. Let's go through here. On mounts. What? I don't know. I feel like reading all these is just... It's okay. I guess I will do it. A horsemaster notes on mounts. Never seen a proud rider atop a regal mount? That's your failing. Such animals are common enough, but there's cost, so you keep them away from chance of blight, theft, attack. All the nonsense that makes for a poor stabling. These aren't working beasts with the fire bred out of their eyes so they can suffer a plow. These creatures about spirit. A proper mount isn't some noble plaything on a hunt. It's your everyday, and you better match it to deserve it. On horses, you never had a mount like the Ferelden Ford. I think we read this, actually. Oh, it updates on each horse we get. Never in all my days did I think I would handle such barding, never mind the quality of the breed. A true pure breed lineage, clad in the hallmarks of a master. The combination is one of a kind, and this animal knows it. Mountain rider meant for greatness. Don't disappoint, the bar has been set very, very high. Honored to see one up close without meaning it point first, the pride of the stable, of any stable. Even the Dalish have had occasion to ask, have said it's rare to glimpse them at a distance. The few who have mastered one, and it truly is very few, say there is no animal more sure of foot, more attuned to the rider, more inspirational to simply gaze upon. You want to match the majesty of this creature? Grow some bloody wings. On the bog unicorn. Still not sure what you unearthed. Talked to a mage about it and got a typical head in the fade response. Got a better answer from the Tranquil of yours, and it still chilled my short hairs. Plain speak, there's a spirit of some kind in there. Now, horses, to me, means freedom, but I understand that sometimes it's a demon. The wrong side of it it should be. What's the wrong side of freedom? Chaos or just unending? Something like that. Whatever is in there, this animal was best of breed, an Orlesian charger fit for any chevalier, and well tended in life, but by its wounds I wager it fell in battle with demons of some ilk, and was finished by its master's mercy. Whatever spirit of loyalty or freedom or whatever makes horses run brought this strange thing back. It wants to serve. I've no doubt it will ride well, and I will stable it, but I'm not going near it. So the bog unicorn is filled with a spirit of freedom? That's crazy. See, like, this is so long, and for what? To fight an enemy with a bow or crossbow is simple, although not always easy. A guard with a crossbow must crank his weapon after each shot. If there is one such enemy, seek cover and give him cause to waste his shot, and then close upon him before he may fire again. If there are many, close to their flanks so that you face one guarded directly, urging him as a second shield, and no other guard has a clean shot at your unprotected back. Do not move to the middle of the ranks and rely upon them hesitating to risk hitting one another. A soldier with a short bow is a little more dangerous. Attack him as you would an enemy with a crossbow, but accept that he will likely fire again. Approach with your shield up even if you must sacrifice speed. Few soldiers are true masters of the bow. Those who do not fumble their draw in fear will fire a shot quickly, so it is more likely to glance off your armor or shield than punch through. Few soldiers soldiers have the skill or strength to make good use of a longbow. Respect those who do. Against such an enemy, cover is the only defense. Move quickly across his field of vision, forcing him to compensate for your movement. Do not charge directly unless your allies can distract him. A fully drawn longbow can drive an arrow through a chevalier's plate at 100 yards. A fight between an archer and a chevalier is a test of cunning versus patience. We are too often patient, heavily armored as we are, and faced with a lightly armored foes who would harass us. While archers frustrate me, as they do most chevaliers, it is a good thing that we fight them, so we remember how to be cunning, how to break an opponent's patience. Maybe I won't read this. Maybe I will read the one specific to here, like the behemoth. We could have held off a battering ram, but the behemoth, it took the gate off the hinges. Then it screamed, not a roar or growl, a scream, all rage and pain. As I drew my blade, all I could think was, there's a Templar in there. Somewhere in that thing was a brother or sister of the Order. Every fiber of my soul was crying out to them. But whoever it might have been, whoever's son or daughters, they were lost to us, swallowed by corruption and lies. I helped the only way I could, the only way any of us can. We must end their suffering, and make her willing was try to remember them as they were. That's that huge thing with that arm thing. So scary. Bruiser, Corpse, Darkspawn, Despair Demon. That's new to this game. Once upon a time, we classified these as demons of sloth, but we learned that despair demons are something quite different. They are not the antithesis of justice or valor, but rather of hope. They form nightmares, tearing away the foundations of self and purpose. When brought into the world, they are most attracted to places the downtrodden populate, alienage, slums, prisons, and the like. The miasma they spread can lead to extreme behavior. We look for a rash of unexplained suicides. Men and women so filled with grief they lash out. The most intelligent of these creatures are to be feared, for they not only feed on despair, they understand its causes and seek it to bring it about. From the shadows they ruin lives, drinking the tears of those who have no idea the cause of their misery is not random chance. Damn, that's scary. That's scary. A giant. We read this, right? Yeah. Horror. Horror. Presley, whatever you do, don't get close to those red Templars with giant lumps on their back. They can spit lyrium. You can actually see it growing before they fling it at you from their palms. Ew. One hit Hindley in the face. He'd have a massive scars if it hadn't been there to heal the wounds as we plucked the stuff out. We started to beat it down with some spells, and the air went sour. I felt sick like you do when you're around too much raw lyrium. Lyra almost passed out. I grabbed her and ran. With luck, the thing found better prey than us. I never loved the Templars, but seeing them mutilated with lyrium doesn't give me any cheer. I don't understand why they inflict this on themselves. They were forced to. They were forced to, that's why. Hyena. The common hyenas are a remarkable predator, flourishing in the harshest of conditions. Packs working in concert have sometimes taken down prey as formidable as a great bear. It's an incredible sight, but you should keep your distance because one of those beauties took down my Bronto in under a minute. Mage, the Nug. We have Pride Demon, Prowler. Don't want to read that. Rage Demon, Ram. Red Templar Archers. Take aim. Red Lyrium isn't the weak stuff they feed you all your life. The song is deeper. It's got a will of its own. Tame it and it will do things the Chantry's instructors never dreamed of. Listen. Focus on the arrow in your hand. Pour power into it when it leaves the bow. Then that strength can fly across the battlefield and punch a hole through the thickest armor. Soon you won't need to stop to hear it. Practice and the song will always be in your blood. Oh my god. Red Templar Foot Soldier. Do you remember when I was tracking some mages hiding in the mountains? I found these Red Templars heretics attacking them. The Templars turned on me as well. The soldiers looked like normal men and women, but they rained down blows so hard it numbed my arm through my shield. It took me 3 minutes to kill just one, and he only stopped when I cut off his head. Ugh. That's when I saw their leader, a huge misshapen knight. He made a gesture and a streak of light streamed from him and into one of the soldiers. Red Lyrium burst through the soldier's back. He changed into some kind of thing that made the mages all sick. I still don't know how we survived. These mages are children and frightened scholars, hiding from the war after their circles fell. Still, if one of them wasn't a healer, I've lost my sword arm. Whoa. Guardsmen. Jurors. When I saw Templars marching up the road, my heart was glad. I asked if they come to stop the rebel mages who burned down the farms. But one growled it was none of our business. That was when I noticed his eyes were red. Not like he had a long night at the inn, but really, truly red. Bernie announced these were the band's lands, and it was his business who was in them. The Templar bastard cut him down without a word. A dozen of us against 3 of them, and we never got a strike past their shields. They're stronger than any man I've known. The Templars swung full tower shields and metal like they weighed nothing. We had to run. Tell the band to seal the castle gates against any visiting Templars. And then Red Templar Knight. At first, I was only suspicious. Some of my brothers and sisters were acting strangely, spending time in the company of those who only days earlier we hadn't even given a passing glance. I would enter a room and they would all be sitting together, talking in hushed whispers, and then they would stop altogether. I felt my intrusion keenly and withdrew, wondering how it was that I was not included in this group. Was there dissension in the Templar ranks? Were they speaking of rebellion against the seekers of truth? I could not fathom it, so I kept my peace. Then I saw the lyrium vials Sir Randall kept in his gear. It was accidental, as he had them wrapped in dark cloth and immediately covered them when I entered his quarters. But I did. They were red, not blue. Again I held my tongue. Now I wish I had not. More and more my fellow Templars stop talking when I walk into the rooms. There is little talk of continuing our hunt for the rebel mages. There is little talk of anything at all. I see the red vials they wear openly around their necks, no longer hidden. They are stronger than the rest of us, and it suddenly seems as if the proper blue lyrium has become rare. Shortages, they tell me. I saw Sir Randall this morning, and his eyes were red. For the first time, I am wondering if I should abandon my post and flee the order for good. You should have. Should have got the fuck out of there. Red Templars are exactly what they sound like. They are Templars who have been fed red lyrium, and the results are precisely what happened to Meredith and Kirkwall. It improves their powers, grants new ones, and increases their strength beyond what a human body should bear. Over time, red lyrium will turn them into beasts. Crystals will grow inside their bodies, even, I am told, sprouting through their heads in the end. The Red Templars will be lost, mind and soul, to roaring madness. Did the Chantry push our Templars too far, or was this break inevitable? Maker, help us. I pray it was not us who drove our good knights into becoming monsters. No? It was definitely just Corypheus and them. Canary Tamastrians, which we learned about a long time ago with Bull. Nanny Goodwin lay on their heads hard stones of the Kirkwall docks until the sailors left with her purse. As she struggled to her feet, a large gray hand reached down to help her. It was one of the Canary, the great horned giants who had come to live in the city. I think you, said Nanny Goodwin hesitantly, looking for her satchel. I did not know the docks were so dangerous, or I would have asked one of Lady G's, or Lord G's guards to accompany me as I bought healing herbs for the children. You are a Tamastrian, said the Canary. Under the Queen, no sailor would accost you. Why are you here? I am but Lord G's nanny, Nanny Goodwin said, and Lord G did not believe me when I told him that the children needed healing herbs, so I was forced to buy them myself. Under the Queen, said the Canary, Tamastrians are trusted and listened to when caring for the children, and any healing herbs they needed would be provided. Why did Lord G not attend your words? He is a noble, Nanny Goodwin said, and I am merely a servant who cares for his children. She shifted her shawl to hide the bruises that sailor had given her, as well as the bruises Lord G himself had left. Under the Queen, said the Canary, all are equal, and no Tamastrian thinks herself a mere anything. Nanny Goodwin bid the Canary good day and returned to Hightown with much to think about. For real. Ben Hasrath. Suggesting that all Ben Hasrath are spies is like assuming that all craftsmen are carpenters. Okay. Alright, I understand that. The Ben Hasrath form a significant portion of the Canary priesthood, tending to a variety of tasks within Canary society. In Canary cities, Ben Hasrath serve as something akin to a town guard, investigating anything that disrupts the orderly function of the city. Ben Hasrath reductors treat criminals and rebels against the Queen, determining whether they must destroy the subject's mind using a poison known as quamek. They can rehabilitate through treatment and education, or later transferred to simple work details. In contested or war-ridden areas, Ben Hasrath coordinate with the Canary military to track the dreaded Tal Vashoff rebels, a function similar to bounty hunting. Outside Canary borders, Ben Hasrath agents primarily observe and report. While this may seem underhanded, it is no more than most nations do with their own spies. And the Canary are, perhaps rightly in retrospect, extremely concerned with the danger our culture's comparatively liberated mages pose. Our assumption that all Ben Hasrov are malicious spies bent on bringing our lay into the Qun has no basis in fact. It is simple prejudice against a race whose appearance unsettles us, compounded by a guilty conscience at seeing how many peasants, especially elves, prefer life under the Qun to life under our Empress. The Qunari are a society of people with a different culture and different values, but people nevertheless, a complex and nuanced as or lay. Tevinter society. To those outside of the Tevinter Imperium, it is easy to imagine a society filled with mages and elven slaves and little else. In truth, there are 3 different Tevinters, each of them a world completely separated from the others. There are the mages, the land's nobility, completely obsessed with the competing for supremacy with each other, almost to the exclusion of paying any heed to the nation's enemies, such as the Qunari. The well-bred Altists sneer at the Latans, who in turn sneer at the Praetari. They vie for dominance in the magisterium, where factions shift and flow on a daily basis with deadly consequences, requiring every family to put on a veneer of perfect citizenship or face scandal and censure. Then there are the so-called soperati, the sleepers. These are the non-magical citizens who vastly outnumber the mages, yet are beholden to their whims. Many are resentful of the status, plotting in secret, even as they secretly hope their children will possess magical talent. An enticing lure, since the talent could conceivably show up in anyone, even a slave. It would be easy to forget that Tevinter possesses a massive class of publicans, the civil servants, and leaders of the legionnaires. It has an enormous merchant class, and even enough teeming poor to drown any other nation in Thedas, and the shadowy thieves called Praesumptor, who are practically treated with respect. Enough teeming poor to drown any other nation. So Dorian was like, yeah, at least a man can buy himself out of poverty, but you'll have so much poor regardless of that. And then there are the slaves. One would think they at least see each other as equals, but it is not so. The divide between the freed liberati, those who act as personal service to masters, those who work on farms and factories, and the service publicus, who do all the tasks proper citizens will not, it is all but insurmountable. But perhaps in emulation of those who own them, imperial slaves will connive and scheme to try anyhow. Outsiders might see this as futile, but to Tevinter citizens, their nation's social classes are the most mutable and rewarding of merit in any of Thedas. Even Orzammar, even the dwarfs? The Avars. Driven across the Frostbacks in ancient times, the Alamari tribesmen split into 3 groups. One settled the Ferelden Valley, one was pushed into the Kakari Wilds, and the last returned to the mountains. Modern Fereldans bear little resemblance to their Alamari ancestors, and the Chassan remember few of their traditions. But the Avar have changed little throughout the ages. Like the Chassan, the Avar are not a united people. Each tribe fends for itself and is beholden only to its thane. They still follow their own gods, Korth the Mountain Father, Hakon Windsor's Breath, the Lady of the Skies, as well as a dozen of animal gods never named to outsiders. Nothing lasts in the mountains. Wind and rain eventually eat away the strongest holds. Valleys that were arable one generation are locked in year-round ice the next. Game is constantly on the move. Even amongst themselves, the Avar make no absolute promises. They wed by a tradition in which the groom struggles to untie a tightly knotted rope while the bride sings a hymn to one of the gods. However many knots he has undone by the time her song ends is the number of years she will spend with him. Lowlanders often forget that there is no such thing as permanent alliance in the Frostbacks. I like that. The Carta. The castless dwarfs of Orzammar have few prospects, consigned to live in a crumbling ruin on the social and economic fringes of the mighty dwarven capital. Most resort to begging, prostitution, or crime. Just as all rivers eventually join the sea, all castlists who turn to crime eventually become part of the Carta. The hero Ferelden decimated the ranks of the ancient Gain, while rallying the dwarfs to join in the battle against the archdemon Orthamil. Unable to recover the power they once had in Orzammar, they returned their attention topside, using groups of surface-dwelling dwarfs to smuggle weapons, lyrium, surface luxuries, people, and other goods between Orzammar and human lands. People? Guys, come on. Even people? Despite the flow of business, its members are still desperate, unless it means, like, smuggling people out or into Orzammar or something, not like slavery. Despite its flow of business, its members are still desperate and violent. With no strong leader to rein in their excesses, they have little sense of dwarven honor and freely break their word, double-cross allies, and renege on details. The friends of Red Ginny. The friends don't poke them. It's tempting because what else can you do? But don't. Never know what you'll get because Red Ginny, she's been around a long time. She's everywhere. And she hits hard or she hits light. But the choosing isn't up to you. You want someone to get their desserts? Save your coppers for a moral crow and know what you're getting? Notes from Sir Keter, a traveling merchant, to his son, Herbal. Their distraction, whichever they are, keeps people busy and the Lord's edgy. And with the assaults not having any bearings, we've been paid to strike at guest rivals several times now. Bard should pay her a commission. My father went after her once. You want to lose your friends fast? Just say you're tracking hers. He found a report that said she was killed in Navarra. Everyone in that command, to a man, dead or hobbled or somehow lost their claims during the winter following. Know when that was written? 52 years ago. I'll take a witch over whatever she is. Let her pick at the nobles. I think it's nature. How's it work? You tell me how to tell? Ask for something bad to happen, eventually something does. Did she do it? Does it matter? Either way, you think you had a piece? Maybe that's enough. I know it was her. Keys do not simply go missing. And horses? I suppose they were loosed quite by accident. And the fires that swept the southern quarter, the flooding in my summer home, the drop in the price of trade goods that just happened to coincide with my plans to sell my investments, the chloria I suffered last season, the weather that is inclement whenever I'm traveling. You cannot tell me all these things were mere happenstance. Perhaps your disbelief in her doing as well. You're dismissed. Everyone is dismissed. Funny. The Grey Wardens. The Blight had ravaged the land for months. The armies of the great kings amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky, illuminated a vast seething horde of darkspawn with the archdemon at its head. It was then, when courage seemed to fail and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums and stood before the armies of men. The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth ever between men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead, and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. Then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds rolled back and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, that none of their blood had been spilled. That is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. That's what Wynn says! Oh, Wynn told us about this. From Origins. They have always defended us from the darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. The tale outlined above is widely told, although subject to regional variations. Free marchers might substitute great knights for titles bestowed in their given city-states. In Ferelden, the implied army of wardens is sometimes replaced with 2 representatives of the national heroes who fought and defeated the archdemon at Dinnerim during the Fifth Blight. The beating of wings is a reference to the griffins the wardens have said to have ridden into battle. Although griffins went extinct long before the recent blight, they still appear in numerous stories, sometimes serving as a metaphor for the wardens, unrestrained courage, and also employed to please an eager audience. The Imperial Chantry. I'm not going to read that one. I'm pretty sure we've read this one, though. The Magisterium. There is a mistaken impression. I'm trying to make sure. Impression outside the interventor appearing that the Magister is simply a mage. Did we read this? I think we have. The Orlesian Civil War. Hold on, we need to read this one. This one's important. When Grand Duke Gaspard attacked Empress Celine of Orlais in an attempt to claim the throne, we assumed business across the country would suffer greatly. To counter propaganda's suggestion she was overly tolerant of the elves, Celine was drawn to crush an elven uprising in Hallam Sharal, and Gaspard's attack there destroyed her forces and cut her off from Val Royeaux. Wow, she escaped back to the Orlesian capital with 100 mad stories explaining how, at which point we started closing down the family shops, expecting Gaspard's army to carve a bloody path through the heartlands and up north towards the cities loyal to Celine. Instead, the humans have been downright reasonable. We made a killing on furs and silver in Val Royeaux as Gaspard's hold on southern Orlais cut off incoming trade goods from Ferelden. The nobles in Montfort and Val Chavan also brought up violets as though their touch killed a darkspawn. Apparently, Celine declared that wearing purple flowers was a way for humans to show their loyalty to her. In Ferelden, half the cities would be on fire, but in Orlais, the nobles make jokes, and the merchants just keep peddling their wares while Gaspard and Celine's armies clash in the dales. The only people really suffering are the peasants, but then that's true enough anywhere. Send extra guards on the next shipment, but save the lyrium for Ferelden. The family's doing good business here as it is. Wow, they don't even care. And she, like, took care of a fucking elven uprising? while at war with her brother? Is that her brother? I don't remember. The Qunari. Pretty sure we read something about this. The people of the Qun are perhaps the least understood group in Thedas. The Qunari wars were brutal, but so was the Chantry Schism. So was the fall of the Imperium. I think we read this. I remember reading that. The Venatori, this is new. I know what you have been telling the others. They mouth the word cult and repeat lies the Chantry has been spewing at us for 1,000 years. Look around you, my friends. See what mighty Tevinter is today. A once proud nation brought low, barely able to hold itself against the Oxmen. We neutered our mages at the behest of the foreign religion, exalted their false maker, and became the laughingstock of all Thedas. Now we have the chance to reclaim what is rightly ours, and only if we act. We cannot wait to see which way the wind is blowing. We must make it blow. The Venatori are hunters, recruited in secret over several years. We will descend with deadly purpose, to spill the blood of the South and make it right for conquest. When we return to our homeland, it will be as victors, with a new god as our patron. Then the cowards who refuse to aid us will know their mistake in full. Uh-huh. Okay. I can't tell if I got it all. Tells, places, deep roads. We probably read that before. Skyhold. A page from an enchanter's journal scorched in near illegibility. The style is an old Ferelden dialect, circa mid to late Divine Age. Experiments in ambient lingerings for staging. The question isn't, is it special? The question is, how special? We found relics, but there are always relics. Elves ranged far before their empire was crushed. But rarely did they return where they did not build. This place they visited again and again. I see it in the fragments. Clays from different nations, not just craftsmen. Styles from different centuries, not just clans. And yet no record of a ruin. The structures here are all Ferelden, with stone ferried up by a typical madman. Whatever was here, whatever natural spire, it was flattened for a floor. But I know the common shapes, and I will erect them as well as was custom. And we shall see what the elves wish to see. The note blows in a different, uneducated hand. I finished this for Master Glanao. His workings brought lightning, much lightning. The rods are pools of metal now, and all his workings burned. Master was also struck. I write for him his last words because his fingers are ash, and he did not live the night. The veil is old here. Ooh, the veil is old here. A solace. What does that mean? Skyhold has not just been claimed time and again, but sacked as well. We managed to uncover some remnants, including a scratching under a pillar that mentions the name given by your witch. By my witch. Old, but still long after the place had been built over. But the author knew something of its first purpose, or at least something of a legend. Oh god, it's an Elven. Whoa. I'm not even going to attempt to read all that, but that's Elven. Even with assistance from your elf, we manage only a partial translation. Elven is often a game of a tense, not direct mapping of phonemic meaning. That means it's a mess. Our belief transformed into everything. Assertion, problem, uncertain. All time is transformed into the final first death, uncertain. Inevitable threatened victory and horrible promised freedom in the untorn veils, uncertain. Where the sky is held up, back, where the people give, gain love, that is an apology, promise from, to, missing subject, uncertain. Mostly complete as fragments go, the rhythm is strange, but not like others I recorded. Perhaps less a poem than a statement. The Elven language does not tend to meander. Ooh, we get some hints? Get some hints about Skyhold? We know about Redcliffe. I kind of just want to focus on new stuff. Saharon. The goal is fear. The Qunari and Saharon's markets must fear that everyone who serves their food is a rebel looking for a chance to slip poison into a Qunari's plate. The rebels must fear that every farmer they pass in the fields is a bin half-draft spy ready to bring soldiers running. And the commoners, the peasants, they must fear everyone. They see rebels light fires that kill Qunari and commoners alike. They see bin Hasraf arrest commoners who all know are innocent. When these events do not occur naturally, it is our duty to catalyze the process. Only when the commoners of the Saharan fear the rebels and hate the Qunari will the Imperium be seen as the preferable option. The actions we take here may seem cruel, but to succeed, we must agitate until all of Saharan hates both the rebels and the Qunari for their actions. Only when the people are broken can we save them. Only when they fear all others will they accept the aid of the Imperium. Any good soldier would kill 10 men to save 20. We must bring terror to Saharan so that we might one day bring peace. Well, that's fucked up. What the hell? Black Emporium. The fallow mire. Read this one. I spent the last week in the fallow mire. The bog stretches forever, and it's slow riding at night when the mist gets thick. You can still travel along the old roads, and there's enough good hunting to make the trip worthwhile. Fish, birds, even a few hearts. There's one thing to look out for, though. When anything dies in the water, the mire preserves it. I was stalking a magnificent buck when a corpse crawled out of the water at me. I'm not afraid to say I ran. No rack of antlers is worth fighting a demon. My cousin in Fisher's Inn thought it was funny. Says he has to look out for undead every time he goes outside the village. I don't know how he stands it. What the hell? And he thought it was funny? The Forbidden Oasis. I met Bayard and Val Furman. From here we will travel with the miners to the western approach. I already missed the sounds of your voice, but the contract they offered will provide it for us. And what is a year if I know you are waiting at the end of it? Bayard says the miners call the place the Forbidden Oasis. I feared perhaps the water was poisonous, you hear of such things, or that the area was home to one of the beasts in Joquim's books. Bayard simply laughed and told me not to worry so much. When I asked how the oasis earned this dramatic name, Bayard replied, don't ask about the door. Don't ask about the door. The Storm Coast. I cannot say whether the Storm Coast receives more inclement weather than any other stretch of northern Ferelden coastline. That hasn't stopped the region from boasting more than its fair share of tragic tales. It's all to be believed. Rich merchant ships blink in the depths due to the follies of their proud captains. The infamous and likely fictional pirate, Dinil of Sal, gave up the sea to become a great warden while standing on these shores, and countless young women pine for grooms lost to their waves. I witnessed nothing so fanciful in my brief sojourn to the coast. However, the area is sparsely populated, and as I watched the waking sea strike the shore, I could see why such tales are born. The Summer Bazaar. We rededicated this jewel of Valrio as the Summer Bazaar on the first Lion to reflect the spirit of renewal that is at the heart of the capital and of our people. Let the strength of the four always guard the grace of the empire. Let the blossoms and promise of the changing seasons be a tribute to trade and public gathering. For here, in the name of the Lion Valmont, we will be an example to the world of how our legions respond to adversity. Our way cannot be threatened, for it embodies the truth of tradition and the promise of progress. The blight finds no purchase in the heart of commerce. Wow. Magic. We don't need to read this. Maybe? Oh shit. I thought it was gonna be spells. Oculara. Oh shit. Well, I forgot which ones we haven't read. Histories? The Fall. We just got that. Now here's a happy study. The Fall, and the face that says, why do we try to go where there were no stairs? Because you go into an impossible building like that. You're coming out on fire, and then it will flip or something. I still do not see the appeal of dreams. So your 7 magisters entered, and they came out blighted and not sure which way is up. I'll pass that off to the sculpture trying to represent madness. I mean, towers here, upended over here, there. You know what kind of force it would take to flip that much stone? It'd do more than burn your beard. Here's something interesting, though. You got a hint of pigment and leaf causing some sheen, but there's meant to be more. All of these were painted and repainted at some point to match whatever lord's three-holler. But there's a type of finishing that you can do, a very fine and time-consuming passive events that evens the surface. Do it right, you can get stone as smooth as glass, and that tower and Beardy's skull are meant to have it. And only a little is present on the others. So the first time this carving was wheeled out, it would have looked like Beardy was the target, so maybe he was the first in the door, and the light, it burns him and spreads to the others, and the polish or leaf would have caught light like a mirror and caused the viewer to squint. They have to look down or away. Joining the magisters in their punishment makes them feel part of it. That's what I figure anyway, and it would sure keep the children out of the feast hall. Oh my god. Oh, in your heart shall burn. That's just for the chantry. Then the Maker said, to you, my second-born. Right, we read this before. In passages 1 through 6, her first children went in for nothing, freed from need. They can only praise, but it was hollow without cost. We and all that physical were created immutable, that our works would require struggle. I wonder creative wood and stone proves more intent than any wish of the Fade. Here in the gentlest verses of the chant, we see how great his gifts and how stern his punishment. To inspire, he gave us dreams, and that we would strive to make this limited world reflect his glory. Some look upon the nightly memory and feel only desire, as though owed his splendor. We, the second children, were meant to master the wants and wanes of emotion and childish pursuits, to honor at a distance and move ever forward. We failed in this, and the weakest of us did act as petulant infants, clawing back into his sight, because we could not master our desire, because we acted on pitiful instinct, because we dared look upon our Maker to fulfill our need and not his. He is lost to us. But he is merciful while stern, and we remember that what we have lost. His second children can learn, grow, and change. If we cannot, then we are no better and no worse than his first children. The Wrath of Heaven, which was the main story, and in Hushed Whispers. We didn't read this, but I guess we don't have to. It's just chantry stuff. And I'm pretty sure we read something similar. Okay. That was a lot of reading. I'm done. I tried to catch up. It hurts. Let's talk to Solus. Baby boy, kiss me in the Fade.
Sleep well?
I've never done anything like that before, on a number of levels.
I apologize. The kiss was impulsive and ill-considered, and I should not have encouraged it.
I'm sorry?
You say that, but you're the one who started with tongue.
I did no such thing.
Oh, does it not count if it's only Fade tongue?
It has been a long time.
Oh!
And things have always been easier for me in the Fade.
What?
I'm not certain this is the best idea. It could lead to trouble.
Not the Fade tongue? What do you mean, the Fade tongue? Oh my god, that's hilarious. You're the one that started with tongue. He's like, I did not. What? And we can end it immediately. That's interesting. No, I'll risk it. I'm ready.
I'm willing to take that chance, if you are.
Maybe, yes. If I could take a little time to think. There are considerations.
Take all the time you need.
Thank you. I am not often thrown by things that happen in dreams, but I am reasonably certain we are awake now. And if you wish to discuss anything, I would enjoy talking.
All right. We're committed to the egg.
I'd like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I would be happy to share it with you.
Tell me about the old ruins you explored.
I found the ruin of Baran
Yay, your proofs.
a lost Tevinter city buried deep beneath a dead and barren wasteland. Volcanic ash had sealed it tight. In one dark moment, every living creature in the city seared and smothered. They were statues in the ashes,
That's fucked up.
like a mold made to recall the lost.
That's fucked up.
Tell me about a spirit you encountered.
I met a friendly spirit who observed the dreams of village girls as love first blossomed in their adolescence. With subtlety, she steered them all to village boys with gentle hearts, who would return their love with gentle kindness.
Aww.
The matchmaker, so I called her. That small village never knew its luck.
That's really sweet. What the heck?
Tell me about the old memories you found in the Fade.
I saw a savage human horde go marching toward the battlefront. They sang a soldier's hymn to keep formation. The primal music shook the ground. These savage, unwashed warriors carried harmonies no chantry choirs mastered. Though their cause was all but hopeless, they sang songs that made the spirits weep.
Oh, I wonder if that was like the Avar, the Alamari, the Chastened, maybe?
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
I have something else to talk to you about, actually. Oh. I get a cutscene. I didn't mean to speed through this. Why does he look disgusted?
Something wrong with your tea?
It is tea. I detest this stuff.
Why are you drinking
But this
it?
morning, I need to shake the dreams from my mind.
Uh-oh.
I may also need a favor.
You just have to ask.
One of my oldest friends has been captured by
All
mages,
right.
forced into slavery. I heard the cry for help as I slept.
I'd be happy to help. What did these mages use to capture your friend? Blood magic?
A summoning circle, I would imagine.
I'm sorry?
My friend is a spirit of wisdom. Unlike the spirits clamoring to enter our world through the
Aww.
rifts, it was dwelling quite happily in the Fade. It was summoned against its will, and wants my help to gain its freedom and return to the Fade.
I thought spirits wanted to find their way into this world.
Some do, certainly. Just as many Orlesian peasants wish they could journey to exotic Rivain. But not everyone wants to go to Rivain. My friend is an explorer seeking lost wisdom and reflecting it. It would happily discuss philosophy with you, but it had no wish to come here physically.
Do you have any idea what the mages want with your friend?
No. It knows a great deal of lore and history, but a mage could learn that simply by speaking to it in the Fade. It is possible that they seek information it does not wish to give, and intend to torture it.
Oh, that's fucked up.
All right, let's go get your friend.
Thank you. I got a sense of my friend's location before I awoke. I'll mark it on our map.
On the map we haven't even been to yet. We just got more codex. Excuse me. Spirit of Wisdom. When the summoning ritual was complete, the spirit appeared. Both spirits and demons have no gender as we understand it, but this one, much like the rare and dangerous desire demons, presented as female. Although its form was not threatening, the spirit carried itself with a confidence and awareness, I suppose, that I have seen only in the most powerful of demons. The Spirit of Wisdom was polite and courteous. It answered our questions about the Fade, even acknowledging the difficulty when we could not understand what it meant. There was none of the bargaining one normally associates with a summoned creature, save that the spirit sometimes asked us questions as well. Harris shared a mathematical formula he had recently proven, while Atrine explained her study of magical themes in the Chant of Light, and young Reese talked a little about his mother. Reese, from the spire. When we were finished, the spirit thanked us for the conversation and then vanished, although none of us had dismissed it. We soon discovered the semi-ritual we had devised was critically flawed. The spirit had been under no compulsion to come or remain. All the time it had talked with us, it had stayed of its own volition. Harris was greatly concerned that such a powerful spirit remained free, and has updated the ritual to correct for the weakness in the binding enchantment. I understand his caution, but I also confess that I quite enjoyed the conversation. I am not certain the spirit would have talked so freely had it been shackled at the time. Probably not, to be honest. I wanted to talk to you.
My friend.
Oh, my friend? You just friend-zoned me.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
We spoke of this on our travels to Skyhall. What more can I tell you?
Okay,
Cassandra
well...
and Varric seem more familiar with their adversary.
Well, sir, I didn't get to witness that.
You've given me good counsel before. I could use some now.
My apologies, Inquisitor. My poor manners shame me. I claim no secret wisdom, but I will guess as best I can.
He's being defensive because he knows more than he lets on.
I would like to know more about the orb he carries.
As I said, that must be the means by which he created the breach. I suspect the blast that destroyed the Conclave was more accident than anything, the result of unlocking power that had sought release for ages. What I cannot understand is how he managed to survive such an explosion.
You said that you believed the orb is elven.
I never would have believed a Devinter mage could unlock such a powerful relic. It clearly enhances his abilities, giving him access to power he should never have known.
Like the power to control the archdemon.
Indirectly, one assumes. Nothing in any lore connects my people to the old god dragons who became archdemons.
And yet?
What do you think Corypheus will do next?
You shamed him when you destroyed Haven. It spoiled his glorious victory. It would be worse to acknowledge that you had done so. He must continue on his course or show weakness. He will return to his plans to throw Olay into chaos, and then conquer it for Devinter.
Okay.
You're sure that's what he'll do?
As certain as is possible, assuming I can plausibly predict a man who seeks to rise to godhood.
And can you?
The key is understanding this. No real god need prove himself. Anyone who tries is mad or lying. His deception will undo him, as it has done countless fools before.
As it has done countless fools before, like the Evaneris.
What can you tell me about the source of Corypheus's power?
According to the law, the ancient Magistars of Devinter received guidance from the old gods. Gryphius commands a false archdemon, a corrupted old god. This suggests he no longer sees himself as their minion. Some of his unique power comes from the corruption of the Blight. The rest may come from the orb he carries.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, jeez. Also, he has painted all of our journeys so far, all the main missions. Well, this is obviously In Your Heart Shall Burn. This was In Hush Whispers. This was... what? Oh, the explosion, and then us forming the Inquisition. I like that he does this. There is a note in here. The rotunda and the fresco. Sister Liliana, as per your request, I have made a thorough examination of the fresco adorning the rotunda. I first attempted to clarify its intent with Messer Solus. Forgive me, I know he's not titled within the structure of the Inquisition, but the more I learn of his experience, the more awkward I feel not using a formal honorific. Messer. Of the mural, all Messer would say is, Skydold is her fortress, meaning, of course, the Inquisitor. These are her actions. He is, of course, correct. The subject of each edition is self-evident. On the medium and method is elven fresco, pigment and plaster, and is grand. I have rarely been privileged to observe such skill as it is applied. It is considered with long periods of study before the image emerges, whole cloth and with certainty. It speaks of how I imagine elves view the world and the measured nature of their step. I should expect such a competence from Messer, given his probable years of study, but it's still an amazing work, demonstrating art with few living practitioners, even among the Dalish. You impress someone, Solus, with your painting. Oh, does this take me to Cullen? Let's go talk to Cullen. He's got something going on. Hey, what's going on, Cullen? What's up?
Inquisitor, I've found where the Red Templars come from.
Oh shit, really?
They're in full redoubt. The Knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters. Samson took over after their corruption was complete.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall.
He was.
Until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
The Red Templars swarming Haven were proof enough.
We cannot allow them to gain strength. The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
That sounds like a good plan.
I like finding the Red Templars' vulnerabilities before fighting them head-on.
We'll need every advantage against what courses through their veins. Caravans of red lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined. If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded.
Alright. Take note. Hello. Oh. Cutscene after cutscene. Ah. His lyrium, his own
As
lyrium
leader
addiction.
of the Inquisition, you... There's something I must tell you.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
Holy crap.
You've never complained.
Why would I? I chose this. After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Oh man.
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
Oh man. Confessions of a lyrium addict. Oh, we got a new character. Oh, we got Samson. I want this made clear to every man and woman in our army. Do not challenge the Red Templars leader, General Samson, on your own. He may have heard stories about how Samson used to be a Templar in Kirkwall until he was thrown out of the order, that he became a vagrant begging for coin to buy lyrium. That man no longer exists. The fiend who attacked us at Haven had the strength of a dozen men. Samson has the training of a Templar and all the power of red lyrium at his command. For those who do not see it firsthand, he is as dangerous as any demon, perhaps worse. Treat him as such. I will hold personally accountable any officers who do not communicate the order to their soldiers. Moral magic? I don't see it. Oh, is it this one? Sorry. A prison cell, a scrap of paper for my confession, scarce enough bread and water. All I already get for skimming one lousy bottle from the lyrium stores. Knight Lieutenant Freyan cut my normal rations for insubordination my hours. It's because I saw him desert the guard tower to meet his girl. Freyan thought he'd teach me a lesson. I'm thirsty, but the water doesn't work. It should be more blue. You take it like a medicine at first, delirium. Your whole body sings with it like the maker's on fire. You're not scared of anything, not even abominations after. It even takes away the nightmares. But the ration's too small. If they don't give you enough, your hands get cold. The sky starts to press down on you. Little things slip away, so you have to stay. The senior Templars all have that look, that cloudy look in their eyes. Sign your confession, they said. I'm trying. I can't think of what name to sign. That's horrible. Hey, Cullen, I do want to talk.
Was there something you needed?
Oh my god, are you with anyone? What the
You
hell?
and the Red Templars leader seem to have personal history.
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and I shared quarters. He seemed a
Oh,
decent
really?
man at first. Knight Commander Meredith later expelled Samson for erratic behavior. He ended up begging on Kirkwall streets. He committed further crimes, but managed to evade the Order's justice. Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
Why do you think Samson joined Corypheus?
He had a chronic lyrium addiction. He spent every last coin buying it from local smugglers. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
It sounds like Samson had a miserable life.
The Order expelled him, but he had choices. He could have found another path. I don't understand how he became so powerful. Even with red lyrium, Samson's glory days are long behind him. Yes?
Okay, that's all.
That's all for now.
Let's continue going up. There's another path we could have taken. Man, all that reading really hurt my throat. I feel it. It aches. Dorian! How's it going?
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yep.
One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
Oh.
You don't need to worry about me. I can keep up.
Yes, I noticed that.
Did you know?
Certainly. If you were a slack-jawed yokel, you'd already be dead. I always assumed the elder one behind the Venatori was a magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales.
And
But
yet,
here we are. One of those very magisters. A dark spawn.
here we are. You're right.
Who does the Imperium say started the Blight?
You know how it is. Not us. They say dark
Not
spawn
us.
were always there. Magisters and the Blight aren't even related. Is that a surprise? No one wants to admit they shit the bed.
But if Corypheus is one of the magisters who entered the Black City and he's darkspawn, what other explanation is there?
Could be lying. Orin might think that, but we as the player know that that's not true because of our interaction with Corypheus with our hawk. He seemed very confused when he was released.
Why does that make you angry?
Because the Imperium is my home.
Oh, he says it's so sad.
I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no, it was us all along. We destroyed the world.
But even further than that, if my theory and a lot of other people's theories are correct, the Evaneris, the elven gods, were the ones that destroyed the world first, Solus included. So it wasn't you initially, Dorian.
Last I checked, the Blights hadn't actually destroyed the world.
Not for lack of trying. If they were more clever, they'd have unleashed something that would really do the job. No one will thank me whatever happens. No one will thank you either. You know that, yes?
That's not why I'm doing this.
True.
I knew there was something clever about you. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped.
I agree.
Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world.
All right.
Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
Thanks. Dorian is very lovable.
So I take it you're Dalish? Is that the correct word here?
Oh, damn! Yep.
Yes, that's right.
We don't have Dalish clans coming northward, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So I've never met one of your people before, although I've heard about them. Little.
Really?
I hope this won't be an issue between us. I am here to help you deal with the Venatori, after all.
And I appreciate your help, Dorian.
Excellent. Mutual appreciation is a grand way to begin.
Can I actually
should go.
talk to him?
Try not to kill anyone without me.
Oh, he's a delight.
Questions.
I guess there's nothing.
I should...
Night.
Goodbye. There are books in here, but I don't think we can actually... Oh, hey, Fiona.
Greetings, Inquisitor. That is your title now, yes? I should thank you. The way things ended in Redcliffe, you could have demanded anything you wished. Yet you chose to make us equal partners. I was not expecting that.
I don't think you could see Fiona when at Haven.
You rebelled for good reason.
I knew you, of all people, would understand. I've been a Grey Warden, Grand Enchanter, leader of a rebellion, and now I am none of those things. Odd where fate takes you, as you're no doubt well aware.
Yeah, I'm very aware of that.
You were once a Grey Warden.
Mine is an unusual circumstance, Inquisitor. Normally one is part of the Order until death, but long ago I found myself stripped of what made me a Warden. They tried to reinitiate me, but nothing worked. Nor could they figure out how it happened. So I was sent to the Circle of Magi, the first Warden ever to be kicked out. Quite the achievement.
This is something so big, and I hope Fiona, I don't know if she can die if you don't choose the mages, but I hope she's included, or someone like her is included in Velgard, because the whole path they have set on if your Warden lives past the first game, is that they're trying to find a cure for the for being a Grey Warden, for the calling. So you don't go crazy like Larias did in that one place. But maybe his is a special case. I don't know if all Grey Wardens end up like him or die to the depths of Darkspawn. But Fiona was cured of the thing that makes her a Grey Warden, and they could never reinitiate her even if she drank the corrupted blood, the blighted blood. I want to know more. I wonder if there's a book on that. I need to read all the books. That's what I need to do. I'm so interested about Fiona.
You sound happy about it.
Becoming a warden seemed like a dream when I was first conscripted. Towards the end, however, my brothers and sisters, they felt I had somehow cheated death.
Yeah.
I was glad to leave. It also made me unique in the circle. I had an opportunity to do more than I ever could as a warden.
Yeah.
You mean you began the Mage Rebellion?
I pushed for our vote to free the circles of Magi, but I cannot claim sole responsibility for what followed. Still, despite all the chaos, I would do it again. What happened had to happen.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
You're not still the Grand Enchanter then?
Any claim I had to the title ended along with the circles of Magi, although some still call me by it. Perhaps the circles will one day be resurrected. If so, another will take the position. Until that time, I lead my fellow mages by default. I will do what I can for them.
I think she did good.
You believe they'll recreate the Circle of Magi after all this?
It depends on who the next divine is, and what she offers. We can't go back to the way things were. But endless warfare benefits no one. That is why I agreed to Justinia's conclave. There must be another solution.
I agree. I feel like the mages do need a place to study, but they don't need to be chained and imprisoned like how most of the circles ended up being. Like, there were a few exceptions apparently, but like, it was bad from what we've seen.
I've been meaning to ask, how exactly did the Venatori take control in Redcliffe?
Mages constantly found their way to us while we were there. Stragglers, most of them strangers. I had no way of knowing some were actually Tevinter. They spread whispers, encouraged talk of an alliance, and we were desperate. I'm not proud of our choice, but we were certain Templars were coming. It could have ended far worse.
I trust everything is well with the mages.
Most are pleased with the alliance, even if we wonder what will happen next.
I think I'm sad because I think you only get the specific dialogue with Fiona if Alistair is a Grey Warden. I don't think you get... She talks about... I don't know what she says exactly, but she mentions Alistair briefly and hope he's okay. Because that's actually... She's actually the mother of Alistair. Which I think is wild because of everything she went through. Grey Warden.
Leave you to it.
Before you go, Inquisitor, a question. In Redcliffe, after we left,
Never mind, she's talking about
did
it.
you perhaps speak with King Alistair? Considering who you are?
He wasn't in the mood to talk.
It's just that I knew his father, Marek, back when I was a warden.
Never mind, she's talking about it.
You want me to smooth things over with him? Introduce you?
No, it's too late for that. I only wanted to know if he was happy. His father had such hopes for him. Don't mind me, Inquisitor. The concerns of an old woman. Nothing more.
And there you go. The folly of General Not Sheraton 4. And so it was that victory was absolute and cheers were raised for General Not Sheraton. And so buoyed by respect and admiration, Not Sheraton stood proud and removed the mask to state her true name. For had they not accepted her, had they not thrived by her leadership, had they not become comrades despite station and mask and nonsense or protocol? And the answer is swift and bewildering, for they had not, and swiftly she was bundled away amid cause of impostor and spy and other terms she could not know, for she still did not know or lay. God, they killed her. Hello, you're new.
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. I am to serve as assistant to any research
She's a tranquil.
concerns.
It's really
You'll
dark
find
in
my
here.
skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
You're taking over the duties of Maeve?
Yes. She said she was needed elsewhere and that
Apparently.
I should serve the Inquisition to the best of my ability.
What is she doing?
I wasn't told.
How can you serve the Inquisition?
I am to aid in the research of all creatures encountered in your efforts as leader of the Inquisition.
What makes you particularly qualified?
I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
Oh.
You were made tranquil.
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful nature that made wielding magic a dangerous endeavor. I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why. My skills are well used in
Cannot
my
remember
current position.
why.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
Adequate, based on a partial improvements to Skyhold.
Okay. Goodbye.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Here, I'll drop off some things. I'm sure I have lots of things to drop off. Alright, let's go talk to Liliana next. On the condition of your charges, dear Liliana, you'll be happy to learn that your friends are doing well. Schnooples II is still unhappy about his meal plan and tries to get into the pantry. I had to have a bolt installed, and now he whines constantly. The two little ones are still a handful, but good news, I managed to discourage Boulette from relieving herself on the silk rug Justinia gave you. Felicine from 2 doors over has been visiting almost every day to play with the Nug. She's quite delightful, and Schnooples II is fond of her. I suspect it's because she brings him sweets from her father's shop. I had to ask her governess to keep her from visiting the house, however, as someone tried to infiltrate it 2 nights ago. An agent of one of the Blanchards, hoping to uncover some of the Nightingale's secrets. I neutralized and interrogated him. His ability to withstand questioning was deplorable. Someone needs to talk to the Blanchards about their spies. All I had to do was put Schnooples II in his face and tell him that I had fed the creature that day. You pet played this part admirably. I received your orders and will depart for Ferelden as soon as possible. I have arranged for a guard to take over Nug keeping Sparrow. She has Sparrow! She has Sparrows. Or not Sparrows, she has Nugs. Note found in Skyhold's rookery. Sadler. Baron Plucky. I don't care how many missions he's flown or how many lives his actions have saved. He is a holy terror. Nearly pecked out my eye the last time I tried to attach a message to him. All the dramatic flapping and squawking caused the sister to come over. You should have seen her look when she snatched the letter from me. If I had a weaker constitution, it might have killed me on the spot. I suppose she thought I was trying to murder her prize raven, and all she had to do was coo at him, and the Baron hopped onto her shoulder, all sweetness, and nestled into her neck. How does she do it? All the birds like her. Is it blood magic? It's blood magic, isn't it, Weaver? Talking about Liliana? She's just good with animals. A fine time to close a border. The news is dire. There are rumors that our warden brothers and sister in Ferelden have all perished. Without the Grey Wardens, the blight will take Ferelden. Then it will undoubtedly spread. It will go north to Navarra and the marches. It will come to Orlais. At the head will be an archdemon, and in its wake will come thousands upon thousands of darkspawn. We must be ready to stare squarely into the eyes of oblivion. Many of you have asked why we remain here when such threats are mounting in the east. The problem, you see, is not a new one for us. Politics. To say Ferelden and Orlais have been at odds is an understatement. These two are like dogs and cats. We wardens are Elysian by address only, but that does not seem to matter to Ferelden's leaders. Word is that the King of Ferelden is dead, and its successor, Logan MacTyr, decrees that no warden set foot in the country. MacTyr, a national hero who helped expel invading Orlesian forces from Ferelden, seems to have it for our order, too. Maybe he doubts our abilities. Maybe he is more foolish than the history books make him out to be. This is why we must wait, even as Ferelden willingly welcomes its fate. Wow. Wait, it said Blackwall! Oh god, where would that be? I'll never find it. It said Blackwall of the Orlesian. Where was that? Where was that? I don't know. Is it in Tales? Letters and notes? I don't remember. Damn. It said Blackwall or Elysian. That should just give you the biggest, you know, the biggest thing. But it also could be like, oh, so they knew that they weren't allowed into Ferelden. So they had to, like, maybe be secret about it? Or Rafe. I don't know. That's hilarious. I can't believe I can't believe I exited out of that before I could read it all. Alright, Liliana, you got a cutscene for me like everyone?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
So am I.
The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
No?
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
Well, maybe we should have lost Haven. Or we could have lost both.
More likely, they would have stayed out there, died, and we would have lost Haven anyway.
You don't know that. Their lives could have bought Haven a small chance. My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Is this a turning point for Liliana? I don't want her to dispose our men like that, but I don't mind if she kills people who've done us wrong.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter.
Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus...
We're better than Corypheus.
Uh-oh. Hey.
Did you need something?
Oh.
The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh. You are referring to my outburst in Haven.
Apparently.
I am much better now. Justinia was such a dear friend, and there were so many things going wrong.
Sometimes it's best to talk these things out.
I was with the hero Ferelden when she defeated the Archdemon. With her by my side, anything was possible. But there is no happily ever after, not when life goes on. When the Divine requested my help, I went to her. I owed her that much. I sacrificed so much to do the Maker's work. But now, Justinia is dead. I was angry. I felt betrayed. But I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me. I'm sorry.
As long as you do your work, I don't care how emotional you get.
A practical view of things.
Ah.
Now enough of this. Let
Maybe
us
I didn't
think
mean for
more
that.
pleasant thoughts.
That option.
Anything I should know?
It seems that the Orlesian army is awaiting our next move. Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause, others are still suspicious. Our actions are under a great deal of scrutiny.
Alright.
I'll leave you to your work.
Thank you, Liliana. If we go out here, what is awaiting us? Wow, she really chose the highest roof at the top. Really nothing over here? Okay, we're gonna drop down because there's no fall damage here. And Blackwall should be over here. Along, can we buy some new stuff? Sure. Let's buy them all.
Lands have never had better.
I want to look at all the hearts. Ooh.
That'll do fine.
Blackwall. Oh, he's doing his little griffin stuff. Cute. Adorable. Woodworking.
This is just... it's something to keep their hands busy. I'm grateful you tracked me down when you did. As exciting as wandering the woodlands was, this is better. It's good to be part of something so important. Something that could change things.
Oh.
The Grey Wardens are huge and important. You're part of that.
True, but without a blight on the horizon, everything the Wardens do feels like waiting. This, the Inquisition, is what matters now. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. You are who you choose to follow.
You are who you choose to follow.
Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I even thanked him.
What is this grand tourney?
You've never heard of it? The Grand Tourney of the Free Marches. It's a spectacle. Song, dance, wine, every amusement you can imagine. But the greatest part is the contest of arms. Prove yourself in the Grand Tourney, and you can make your fortune.
Really?
How did he help you?
There were 100 men on the field, each one fighting for himself. The knight and I had forged an alliance. It was just the two of us, and we took all comers. The goal, down as many opponents as possible. He always let me deliver the final blow.
Wow.
He must have wanted something from you to help like that.
A pupil, a squire. Someone to teach and to mold. He saw my potential. When it was over, he offered to mentor me. To teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him.
Wow.
I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
You're here now. A Grey Warden. It worked out.
I suppose it did, didn't it?
But it didn't,
But I'm older,
did it?
hopefully wiser. And I think I've chosen the right person to walk with.
Oh, Blackwall. One day I'll romance you. Same with Dorian.
At your service.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Ah, the Wardens.
I think we all talked about this
I'm
before.
afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
How do you kill an archdemon?
How do the Wardens deal with archdemons?
Short answer. Stick it with swords
Well,
until
Liana
it
should know
stops
this.
moving.
Wardens are in all the stories. If it was that easy, anyone could do it.
No, it really is that simple. Just because the archdemon is magic doesn't mean it can't be killed with swords. It just has to be a Grey Warden sword. Look, it's not the killing blow that's the problem. It's getting the dragon to the point where it's vulnerable, where it actually can be killed. There's no short answer for that, I'm afraid.
Bro, it's so funny. He knows just enough. He knows just enough. He's winging, getting by, just barely. Enough about Grey Wardens.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.
What was the other thing I could talk to you
Inquisitor?
about? No. Oh, know much about Corypheus.
How much do you know about Corypheus?
Not much. I always thought the stories of magisters corrupting the Golden City were just that. Stories. I didn't expect them to be true, and I certainly didn't expect to find one of them still alive.
Don't the Grey Wardens know everything
No.
about Darkspawn?
You don't have to know how a Darkspawn came to be in order to kill it. We're soldiers, not historians. And the world would be better off if people focused on defeating evil rather than explaining how it came to be.
Damn, okay.
Corypheus stopped being human a long time ago. Darkspawn don't have human lifespans, do they?
No, I suppose they don't. They're unnatural and sustained by evil. It's been thousands of years. You'd think the Wardens would have managed to kill the first Darkspawn by now.
You would think, but they couldn't, so they imprisoned him. And also, he said he wouldn't know a lot about Corypheus, and they kept a lot about Corypheus secret from a lot of the Wardens. Only a select few knew about it and kept the vigil. So I guess it makes sense for him not to know.
Do you know if there are more Darkspawn like Corypheus?
I don't know. I'm not sure any Warden knows.
Okay.
Let's discuss something else.
Nope, I'm good.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Goodbye. Goodbye. We have all our shops now. We have all our shops.
Glad I'm working with you, not one of them.
I can go over here. I don't want to do barrack stuff. Lisa, you're not working the tavern?
Your worship. I'm serving now, in a different way.
Okay. Let's go talk to some more companions.
Good day to you.
Hopefully that doesn't take my breath away. Let's see what Cassandra's doing. I hope she's not upset.
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again. The juice is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere. The plums were right in front of me, but I can't quite recall who took them.
Cole. Cole took them. Construction report, brick mark. Skyhole stolen bricks. Found a brick mark I know from my elder's notes. Fired in High Ever before it was sacked in 480. That was Orlais, but this style isn't. So it was probably looted. There may be others. That time is long past, but the Inquisition know where they live. Okay. Our cause rights a greater wrong. Crimes of the past will be eclipsed soon enough as this becomes the home of the Inquisition. But send word to High Ever so they can amend their histories, Commander Cullen. There you go. Hi.
Have you met this friend of Varric's, Inquisitor?
No?
Not yet. No.
It had better not be who I think it is. I will wring that little bastard's neck.
Why? Who do you think it is?
Someone Varric claimed he could not contact. Someone the Inquisition, indeed all of Thedas, desperately needed. I'll reserve judgment until I know for certain. No need to have that rogue screaming persecution yet again.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
You want to talk about your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak.
Okay. Goodbye. That's fine. She doesn't have to speak of him yet. I don't think we have a good enough friendship, I don't think. Alright, let's get in the tavern. Tavern notice, archery contest, Saturday. All challengers welcome. Sister Leliana to judge, except Varric and Bianca. Hello.
Inquisitor.
Dwarf.
And you are?
The bartender. Cabot.
Cabot.
Just the bartender?
You were expecting...
Well, welcome to the Inquisition.
Thank you. Welcome to the tavern.
What's the current mood?
Thick with 3 of the 4 humors.
Oh.
Where did you study? I assume you're trained.
Bartending? I'm no alchemist. You mix the bottles that don't taste like nug and you pretend to listen.
Pretend to
I
listen.
suppose I trained at home during feast day family visits. My specialty is ale. Old Antivan recipe. The secret is ale.
You're a bit of a hard ass. Why are you here?
If I could fight, I'd be in a helmet. If I was a mage, I'd throw fire. And probably be dead. But I can't do anything. Just like the hundreds of people who can't do anything. Who make sure the thousands who can do something can do it. Besides, if you know a safer place than your castle, do share.
He's so right, though.
What's the word out there?
There's a vigil for the dead later. I'll be closed.
Gotcha.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Cabot. Take back the sky, a tavern cheer. Now gather your drunkards, let's how these begin. The song of our heroes, of wars and our kin. Well, now the fight's ours, and none of us cowards. We'll drink to all ours, because we know we can win. Oh, they cut into heaven and called it a door. The herald will lead us to even the score. We'll take back the sky and we'll give them the floor. We'll take back the sky and we'll give them the floor. The beast was upon us, our hopes all but drowned. At our necks a monster, at our heels a hound. But we found a fortress and it's freaking gorgeous. So join the chorus and down a few round. Oh, he cut into heaven, we said it before, and Josle will guide us to even the score. We'll take back the sky and we'll give him the floor, or we'll take back the sky and we'll give him the floor. We looked to our leader and heft up our crest to show that this Gryphius we're not impressed. He thinks we've been mastered, we'll beat down the bastard, and then we'll get plastered, we'll blessed by the best. Oh, he cut into heaven, now sing it once more. Inquisitor, lead us to even the score. We'll take back the sky and we'll give him the floor. We'll take back the sky and feed him his lie, and black his foul eye, let all arrows fly, and then we'll have pie. Die, 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 die. We'll take back the sky and we'll give him the floor. Okay, Major, we can't talk to her because she's doing her thing. But, Krim!
Inquisitor. That's got a good ring to it. We're happy to be here, your worship. If you need anything, let me know.
Iron Bull said the charges were at my disposal. Do you have any suggestions on how to use them?
I suspect Haven's quiet by now. Might be worth sending the boys back. We could recover some supplies, get an idea about the enemy's strength. We could even pick up any stragglers who haven't found Skyhold yet.
Can we talk about the bull's charges?
Certainly. What can I tell you?
Have you had any other interesting jobs?
Had one noble whose rival had been told by a fortune teller that her death would come on feathered wings.
Oh.
The noble sent us after the rival. Not assassination, legal and everything, but we had to wear feathers. We sewed them into shirts over our armor. Should have seen the chief, all feathered up like the cock of the walk. Ended up retreating after all that. The rival choked to death a year later on a chicken bone.
Oh.
We'll talk later.
Interesting. Hey, Bull.
How's it going?
Never mind. Bye,
See you
Bull.
later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
He needs a big chair. Sarah's also in here.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
Hi, Sutherland.
Inquisitor, I joined. Sutherland, your worship. I saw some bandits, so I came to warn people. I'll let your warriors know and then stay out of the way.
No, we'll put you to use, sir.
Your worship, sir.
Yep, that's me.
Hey you, I have an Inquisitor favor to ask. Just a little thing, really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
I'm listening.
All right, let's hear what you've got.
Jump right in, huh? I like that. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Verschel. Land squabble. They're getting little people beat up, so I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through?
Just walk through. Easy, right?
Sounds easy enough.
Was this a tip from one of your friends?
Not a Jenny, just normal angry people getting sick of being in the middle. I don't usually hear about things this far away, but having a friend like you is like getting really big ears. Bigger than normal, I guess, because we both... Never mind.
We both have big ears.
Who's asking for this?
I'm asking, because I heard people complaining. See, when nobles fight, it's not them, it's their little people stuck in the middle.
Always.
It's like a polite war, so no one pays attention. But if you march through, the people up top feel threatened too. Stuff like this is always happening. Good sovereigns to be made if you're one of the few who notice.
All right, Sarah. I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
You're right.
Something you want?
I just want to talk. Oh, whoa.
So you like to have fun. The Inquisition seems an odd fit. Why are you really here?
What do you mean? To help people.
I don't believe you.
It's starting to sound like you're looking for something more.
It is. Mostly. Okay, fine. There's talk and I want to see.
What?
See what?
I don't know. I've got all this chantry stuff in my head and it makes sense, right? But it's fuzzy. I want to see if it's all really real. I just don't know if I want to really know. So I'm selfish. It's all for me. Count yourself lucky, I guess.
Damn, okay. Also,
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
She has the prettiest room in this place. It's so nice and cozy. And no, you can't go through the window. I don't know why you can't. Sarah's cabinet of wonder whose it was. Delivered one cabinet suitable for a lady's curiosities. Its resources should be spent on such things, Sir Morris. Below, comment and journal entries by Sarah, also doodles of Sarah with her tongue out. Eat it, Morris's. Stuff needs a place. Banner, circle, soft, lizard, scratched out, rough and weird. Holla, fake, real ones stink. Cards, little world. Goblet, fancy cup. Cup, shit goblet. Bottle, bottle worn and strong. Bottle to Vinter, piss weak. Stupid sword, there's a small blood stain. Silk, bolts, not arrow bolts. Stop, make something. I think that minstrel matron is chatting me up. The song is creepy. The Sarah song? That's hilarious. Alright, Cole should be upstairs. We can finally talk to him officially. Oh, never mind. He's doing something. Let's look for him. Let's look for him. He's always doing something.
What are you doing?
Aww.
Listening.
Our son boy. Aww, just rubbing his face.
Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears, back aching, fingers too clumsy for knots.
Damn.
Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond, lips scalded as I sip, warmth blossoms, first kiss in the barn. What was his name? Tin jangle as the blood spills, Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry. 5 more minutes. My fault.
Can you listen to anyone's mind like you did hers?
No, they have to need me. Pain, fear, sadness, guilt, anger, hurt. Things I can fix.
Can you do something for her?
Yes.
Oh, snap. Teleports.
It's okay. Nothing you did mattered.
Oh my god.
What? Who are you?
They lie there, and sometimes they die, just like Pierre. You can't save them.
I don't know who you are.
Wait. That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget me in a minute.
What are you going to do?
Make her forget me. Then do it again, the right way.
I'm gonna let him do it, but I don't know if I want him to do that later on.
You can't save all of them.
What?
Like Pierre getting sick after you snuck out to Aunt Eloise's pond. You want it to be your fault, so there's a reason and it's not so frightening. But there is no reason. Pierre just got sick. The soldier was never going to live. It wasn't your fault. Better.
She doesn't blame herself anymore?
Not as much. It was bouncing around inside her, closing up into a ball of wrong. Now it's open. She'll get it out.
Well done.
Thank you for letting me help her. It's not how a person would do it. But it helped. That's what matters.
Aw, I do think Cole is so interesting. Let's go talk to him officially. Let's see about inflammation. I love the way he talks about things. And I think he mentions, little hints to, like, other games.
Inquisitor.
Or even Mass Effect, I believe. So that'll be cool to hear.
He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
I doubt it is this, but I think of Kingdom Hearts when he says this.
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
Before you, Rhys was my friend. He showed me I was wrong to kill the mages. I thought I was helping them. Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant, and I went with them. I was worried Evangeline would hurt Rhys. We found out dangerous things. It scared Seeker Lambert, and he scared the mages. It started the rebellion. Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Rhys couldn't look at me. I ran until I found more Templars. That's all.
It's very confusing if you don't know about the book.
What was the Spire like when the Mage Rebellion started?
Dead and dying, begging and bloody. Some wanted freedom, some peace, some war. Some wanted it all to stop. Evangeline was a Templar, but she helped Rhys help the others. She set them free. Adrian was a mage, but she killed mages to force the fight. She wanted blood. Rhys just wanted to help, to stop people hurting. Maybe that's why he saw me.
Compassion spirit?
What can you tell me about Rhys?
He was a mage. He saw me when most couldn't, and he remembered. He helped me, and I watched over him.
I worried Evangeline would hurt him. She was a Templar, but she didn't like hurting people. When I left, she stayed. Now she watches over him. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe they ran away together instead. Neither of them like killing.
If you like, I could use the resources of the Inquisition to locate your friend.
No. If they are alive and safe, they should stay away. The last time he saw me, he didn't want to look at me. He saw a monster.
Oh.
Let him forget.
No. We're gonna find them.
What did you mean when you said you killed mages?
Some of the mages at the Spire wanted to die. Too sad, too scared, too much. I didn't know what I was. A ghost, I thought. Fading in the fade. When I came to them, they could see me. I used the knife to set them free.
Ooh.
When Rhys found out, he made me stop.
Just like how I made him stop.
Understand. There were other ways to help. I didn't know.
It sounds like you didn't know what you were doing.
No, I killed people. I knew. I just thought I had to. They were hurting, helpless, haunted. It was all I could do. It was wrong. I was wrong. If I start again, you or Cassandra or Cullen need to kill me.
Got you. So he was more probably like a demon at that point. Maybe? Question mark?
What can you tell me about Adamant Fortress?
It is old, full of sadness and pain. It should be torn down. The veil is thin. We found a demon there. It had touched a man and made him real again. It scared Rhys and Evangeline. The man wasn't supposed to be real. Then the demon found us. It put me back in the cupboard on the bad day. Rhys and Evangeline saved me.
I wish I read the book so I could understand this better. Maybe I'll do that one day.
You said Seeker Lambert told you what you were.
I'm hiding Rhys from him, but he chants words and sees. I won't let you hurt Rhys. My nose explodes,
Whoa.
a shower of blood. Just another parasite that's wormed its way into our world, feeding off all the things you can't have. What we found at Adamant made him angry. We were the first rock rolling at the top of a mountain. He had to stop us. He killed so many. He didn't care. Cold, corrupt. So I came and killed him.
If you hated Seeker Lambert, why go to the Seeker Fortress?
Because he was right. I was a demon. I saw demons at Adamant. They put people in the dark, in the old hurts. I didn't want to be that. I heard the old songs of the Templars at Val Royeaux and followed them. If I forgot, fought, fell to felling, Templars would kill the demon. I wouldn't hurt anyone again.
That makes sense,
I'll
but
talk to you
also,
later.
wow.
Probably.
Wow.
She knows they're going to kill her. Can only save what's important. Precious space to remember her smile.
What are you talking about?
I'd like to talk with you about Templars.
They're heavy with forgotten songs, like Varric. Some of them are too loud. It's
What?
hard to stay near them. Cullen is softer, but demons asked questions that hurt him. Evangeline was kinder. I want to explain, but Rhys's mother spoke to spirits, but not to him. Then she died for a Templar he loved. Words just bounce off the edges.
His way of talking is so interesting.
What's your general opinion of Templars?
Some like hurting mages. It makes them happy, or less afraid, or dreams again. Woke up shaking, stalking the ground for one who looks like her. Always some rule being broken. But not all Templars listen when whispers crawl around inside them. They try to protect people, like Cullen. The good ones remember that mages are people.
Yes, thank you.
Can you tell me more about how the Templars feel to you?
They feel older than they look. They've been changed, and their bodies are incomplete now. The lyrium helps, but their bodies always want to connect to something older, bigger than they are. That's why they block magic. They reach for that other thing, and magic has no room to come in. Like when I listened to Varric.
Is he talking about the Titans? Whoa, that just blows my mind. Wait, if he's talking about the Templars being changed to listen to the Titans, he said like when I listened to Varric, the Titans, the Titan blood. Yo, I'm losing my mind. I didn't realize that. So Templars are made to reach for that other thing, something bigger, which are the Titans. That's what he's talking about. That's crazy.
Can you tell me more about how the Red Templars are different?
The red lyrium is different, darker. Daggers under the skin. It eats you inside until you're nothing. They hear a different song. The song behind the door old whispers want opened. They are dead and dark and done.
The song behind the door that they want open. What does that mean, Cole?
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Probably. God, he has so much interesting to say.
I can talk with you.
You can.
I'd like to talk with you about the Inquisition.
I don't understand it. People talk like it's a person, but it's not even a thing. A dagger can be a way to let pain out, but even if it isn't, it's still a dagger. The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make it. It's like a spirit.
Oh, wow, okay.
Can you explain how your mind works?
Yes?
Yes.
Walk me through the way you help someone.
I start by listening. I hear hurt, feel it fretting. Some you can solve by giving something, food, a blanket, sleep. Some are intangible, terrible tangles that catch on a crack, fixed, festering, and the person makes a pearl of pain. I shake it loose. No pearl, no pain. They can hope, they can heal.
Sometimes you say things that relate to other members of the Inquisition.
They remember me. Their eyes stick, some more. They want me to be. Varric is quiet inside. He pulls me more to hear, makes me a person, calls me kid, a friend. Solus, bright and sad, observes and accepts. Spirit self, seeing the soul, Solus, but somehow sorrows.
Somehow sorrows.
What do you sense when you focus on me?
You're too bright. Like counting birds against the sun. The mark makes you more, but past it, you reach across. Mindful meaning. You pull it through to this side, make it real here. And past that, the weight of all on you. All the hopes you carry, fears you fight. You are theirs. It must be very hard. I hope I help.
It is very hard. Thank you, Cole.
It must be sad feeling everyone's pain all the time.
Why?
Isn't it?
No. I help. I find wounds and heal them. I salve, soothe, save. I see pain and make it better. How could I not be happy?
Aww,
I'll talk to you later.
So nice.
How do you know?
How do I know?
They should have been born together, but instead they were bound by light.
What does that mean?
I've heard about some oddities here in the keep. Was that you?
Yes. Maybe. What was it?
Someone is leaving peeled plums on the windowsill. It's attracting flies.
Spiders need to eat.
Okay, we can't ask about
I'll
this
talk
stuff
to you
yet.
later.
Probably.
I'm so excited to walk around with Cole. Wait, what's that? What's this? His assassin hat. Did we talk to everyone besides Varric? Because I don't want to talk to Varric yet. Vivian, that's who we need to go talk to. And I guess Josephine as well. And we haven't even gone to the garden. There's so much. I think I'm just gonna go talk to Vivian, and then we'll probably bring this episode to a close. Just for a little bit. Actually, I don't want to be on the ramparts. Because, wow, there's a lot going on in Skyhold. We'll probably finish up looking around Skyhold in the next episode. We still have the gardens to go explore. We still have a few nooks and crannies, and maybe we'll talk to Varric's friend as well. I also want to make sure to, How do we get to Vivian?
No one has time for proper arguments.
Request to fight. Workers finishing the banner replacements or requesting more important tasks. Several wish to train with swords so they can fight, more directly serving the Inquisition. They travel to join a war, not dress up but keep. Can't say I disagree. One enemy cut a hole in the sky seen everywhere. We look upon it from below, but it need not humble us. We may fight, but because we are many. We are many because the Inquisition inspires. The Inquisitor inspires because of our growing legend. Part of this legend is what the masses find on arrival. That is the job of your workers, not vanity, but veneration. Not impulse, but elevation. Their skill as workers is greater threat to the enemy than their number of half-trained soldiers. How do we get to Vivian? Up here? Ooh! She gets a little... She got lots of books. Paint, plaster, tile, plaster, stone. Previous occupants have redressed over and over. Most are solid. Some I would strip down to the stone. The strength of this place is the foundation. Are we here for the long term, or is this Inquisition temporary? Do it right. The Inquisition is only temporary. We fail, and we're not failing the Inquisition. Hello, Vivian.
Yes? I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
I'm curious how a circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up.
I think we talked about this.
It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
Yeah, we've listened to that. Okay, so with that, wait, I want to... Vivian dear. Okay. I wanted to look out onto this place. Of course, Vivian would have a very nice little area. Of course, of course. I think with that, though, we'll bring this episode to a close because my throat is killing me. We still have plenty to do here. Plenty to do. I still have to talk to Josephine a little bit more. Or maybe I don't need to. Oh my god. Jesus. Well, yeah, sit in judgment. Greener guarding, a better courtyard. So we need supplies for this that we all don't have. I need to craft a ruin. I should have done that. Yeah, we still have plenty to do, and then we have plenty to explore. Good lord, I don't know where to start first. I'm gonna be honest. Next episode, we'll continue our exploration of Skyhold. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.